Bert Warren was with the firm for 8 years. He was one of the most steady and respectable men I knew.
And he raped Sarah. Or don't you believe your own daughter?
I think it's possible that what your lawyer said could have happened. That Sarah imagined he was responsible.
Well, I don't.
For God's sake, will you listen to yourself for a minute? What's happened to you? I mean, all you're worried about is whether you killed the right man. Haven't you got into your head that, regardless of who you killed, you did kill someone?
You don't have to keep reminding me. You don't have to keep telling me and telling me. Of course, you know, no court's going to convict me for what I did.
You're not serious. Hasn't this lawyer told you what sort of trouble you're in? Well, then don't you realize that if you are convicted, what's going to happen to Sarah and me?
No. No, they won't blame me. They won't send me back to prison. Not back there.
Well, are you going to stand there gawking all day, or are you going to let me in?
Apart from the fact you broke out of the Wentworth Detention Centre, you'll be charged with assault on a Mr. Trevor McBride, theft of several articles of clothing, and attempted armed robbery.
We never got near the shop.
No, but you admitted you were about to proceed with the robbery when you were stopped by Police Officer Gibbons. You might be interested to know there's one charge that hasn't been laid. You remember Miss McBride?
Yeah.
Well, she refused to lay charges against you and Doyle.
However, you've got enough against you to do another 5 to 10 years. So anything you can help us with...
Pigs! Watch your mouth, Anderson.
Where did Doyle get that gun?
Dunno.
You were with her all the time, weren't you?
That cop Frankie shot. He pulled through.
Luckily for you.
He ought to be charged with murder.
Apart from holding up at Miss McBride's, where else did you stay? Did anyone help you?
No.
Then how did you live? Breaking and entering?
Well?
Piss off.
I won't warn you again, Anderson.
What are you going to do, Vera? Lock me in the pound? Bash me up? They do that in here, you know. Screws are always bashing you up.
Why'd you turn yourself in?
I owe a friend.
What friend?
Frankie.
Mrs. Roberts, there is just one more thing I have to clear up. Now, you said you rang the police. You were expecting the police to turn up, then?
Yes.
According to them, they arrived 5 minutes after you ran down and killed Mr. Warren.
Well, I don't remember too clearly. I was very shocked at the time, but they did arrive shortly afterwards, yes.
Why didn't you leave the police to handle the matter, Mrs. Roberts?
Well, I told you before. When I saw that man coming out of the shop, I had to stop him. I couldn't let him get away.
What do you think, Mr. Wilson?
It's going to be difficult. I want to go for manslaughter. That after your daughter was raped, you were highly emotional. That when she rang you and told you the rapist was waiting for her outside, you snapped. That you had no intention of running down Warren until the very last moment.
That's exactly how it happened.
That you were emotionally unstable at the time.
Unstable?
Temporarily insane.
Well, if you think that's the best line to take.
Do you think I was insane?
I just want to see you get out of this, Catherine.
You'll be moved to a single cell, Anderson, for observation. You're now considered dangerous. How does that make you feel? As big as Frankie?
One day your filthy mouth's going to get you killed, Vera.
I didn't think you cared about Doyle. You did run off and leave her to die. I knew it wouldn't be too long before you ended up in this place.
They never would have got me if I hadn't wanted to come back. You? Doreen. I only came back so as I could see you. It's your fault Frankie's dead. She never would have got out and been dead by now if it hadn't been for you.
Doreen, that's not true.
You